Hi, it's Lindy and Chris Brown doing another episode of Why We Love the Dub.
Oh, hi, it's Steve Future from KW Mortgage Group. We're super happy to sponsor Chris and Lindy Brown at Why We Love the Dub. If you need any mortgage advice or want to just run some math, feel free to reach out to me at kwmortgagegroup.com.
Hi, I'm Victor Hussein. I've been practicing real estate law in KW for the past 28 years. I'm so happy to be sponsoring Chris and Lindy Brown in Why We Love the Dub. If you have any real estate needs whatsoever, please feel free to contact me at Hussein Law Office.
Thanks again, Steve and Victor, for sponsoring the show. We really appreciate it.
Today we have Wendy Black of Wendy Black Interiors and Exit Stage Right Furniture Rentals. Hi, Wendy. Thanks for joining us.
Hi, Wendy.
Hi, how are you?
Good. So glad you could join us today. I know there's so much to talk about these days with staging.
Right.
Can anyone not stage these days?
I know. It's a little different nowadays than it was maybe 5 to 10 years ago, but yeah, everybody's staging.
Absolutely. I know that you also rent to other stagers. Tell us a little bit more about all that you carry.
Well, other than Wendy Black Interiors, where we do home staging, and actually not only home staging, when we go and do our consultations, the homeowners realize the potential that their house once had. And they always, after seeing the results and how they've transformed their home for the sale, they ask me to come to the new home and set them up correctly this time and the way they would like to live. Because a lot of them don't have an interest in design, but they do like the comfort of arriving home from work in a beautiful home. And I can help them with that as well. That's like a redesign consultation. But yeah, I started in the industry in 2008 and got my certification through CSP, which is the Canadian Certified Staging Professionals. And from there, I was doing home staging. But in 2015, a lot of the stagers were needing a provider in the KW area for home staging furniture rentals. And since there wasn't anything really set up geared towards home stagers, I opened up Exit Stage Right Furniture Rentals. And now I'm operating the two. And the last year has been so crazy. So we're really enjoying providing the furniture to home stagers and homeowners, realtors, etc. And then on the other hand, when they want professional staging done, Wendy Black Interiors can help them with that.
I always find it so much fun when I'm talking about you and staging at an appointment. And I say, she's got a warehouse. You wouldn't believe it. And they just go, oh, really? And it's just always so impressive that you do. And that thing is huge.
Yeah, actually. And there's a lot that you don't see as well. But we have over 100 sofas right now and love seats. And
wow.
Yeah. And over 700 dining chairs. So there's something for every home. We do have, for the traditional homes, we try to bring in a little transitional look, which is bringing in some contemporary pieces and mixing with the traditional home to make it look more appealing to the buyers that come through. And that's segueing into how we make everything appealing to the majority of buyers. So let's talk about bedrooms. When we are doing bedrooms, we are making them gender neutral. So the pink bedrooms that could be gorgeous and look beautiful in a little girl's room, homeowners are really shocked when I ask them, please paint it out a nice neutral color. Like a light gray or a cream or something that's very popular in the paint palettes today. So that's one of the things that can be done. And I could talk about some home staging tips as well. One of the things that homeowners the majority of them have is the builder lighting. So I always suggest, even with the big chandeliers.
Are we allowed to say those lightings on? I was saying, are we allowed to call those lights on this cast out loud?
How we refer to them, you mean? The boo light? Is that where you're going?
He said it.
I know, but there's so many homes that's the last thing that people think about. So we suggest that they take the really thin flush mount lights that are basically an inch deep. And something that's not 12 inches wide, go something 15 to 18 inches to really make the room look like it's well lit and also not something puny in the room. But a lot of people are shocked nowadays in dining rooms. I suggest flush mount lights in dining rooms because so many people are converting their dining rooms to home offices since COVID,
Right.
and a
Right.
lot of people are. So yeah, flush mount lights throughout the home, and it's a small investment. Like I mean, you could do it for as little as $35 and per light, and then just changing out the lighting sets the tone for the house as soon as they walk in the front door, and that
And I think that's interesting,
all,
setting the tone. Yeah, sorry,
yes,
just you're
no,
right.
no, no,
Setting the tone is exactly what staging does, and I think that's the hardest thing for people to imagine, especially people that aren't decorating oriented, because when you walk
right.
into a place that's been staged, and even especially when you staged our house when we sold, we looked at it and thought, that looks pretty good. And then Wendy came in and it was like, oh,
Oh, she upped the
yeah,
game.
absolutely. So, as your clients, we were very grateful for what you did to us too. That was great.
Well, you had such amazing pieces to work with. So I had fun with that because of the live edge items and stuff like that. But no, it's a lot of people have beautiful items, and sometimes a home can be decorated really beautiful, but home staging is different than decorating a home. And that is creating a flow so that the rooms look larger, brighter, and like I said, a neutral palette. So yeah, definitely, it makes a difference.
So has this become a family business, or how involved is everyone?
It actually has. My daughter went through Conestoga College for a medical field, and did almost a year and a half of that, and decided it wasn't her thing, and went and changed over to the business program. And when she graduated from that, has been working with me for years, but for the past 2 years full time, helping me with all my home staging, my consultations, etc. And Ashley is now going out on her own, and I'm so proud. She is starting up Ashley Interiors, so she'll be
Oh,
up in the
amazing.
AW region and giving, the same type of consultations and home staging, etc. So that'd be great.
Yeah, that's exciting.
Yeah, I'm proud of her.
Very.
Yeah, and she has the eye, which it's you can go through design courses in school, etc. But if you don't have the eye, it's a little more difficult. Yeah,
It's so true. There's something about learning, and then there's something about being natural at
right.
things. I think we feel the same in real estate. You can take the courses, but if you don't have that natural gift, it's hard to make it.
Exactly. Exactly.
So what sort of things do you like to do in KW? Do you have favorite hangouts or events you like to go to?
Well, I started something recently. It was, and no judging, but my kids are in their 20s and they go to Prohibition Warehouse for trivia night on Tuesday nights.
Oh,
And so for my birthday, I always say, call me if you need an answer. And they say, we can't cheat, Mom. But when they get home, I'll say, what questions did they ask you? And so on my birthday, they brought me there, and I've been going ever since. So now a group of us ladies are surrounded by 20-year-olds, but we're in there, and we have our group name is Back in Black. So there's 8 of us that go every Tuesday night. Yeah. So it's fun. We enjoy it. Sometimes we don't get the younger. They have music questions, so sometimes we don't get the.
Oh, that would kill me.
Music. Blink 182. I'm sorry, you lost me, but I'll get ABBA with Dancing Queen.
Yeah.
well, that sounds like a
one of
fun
my
night. I think we need to
It is.
invade.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is
We'll be
fun.
the brown attack.
That's true. That's true. Black and brown. Right? That's good.
So has your son still been involved? I know at one point he was.
He actually went through Laurier in a BBA program and is now with Ernst & Young in Toronto. So he lives in Toronto, but during his university years, he was helping me out for summer employment, and even when days he didn't have classes, it was always great to have him help me. And he worked in the warehouse delivering, etc. and it was kind of a trend that I started. So right from the beginning, I hire university and college students, and we have it so that we work out a schedule that suits them, and it always works out. And it's fun to hear all the young people in the back and singing and joking around, and I have a great crew all the time. So it's a lot of turnover because once they graduate, they move on, but we all stay connected, which is kind of nice.
Nice. Well, I always think after lifting one couch, I would quit.
Oh my God. I did that in the beginning, and I realized when I got busy enough, it's like, I don't want to do it. But the guys are very careful when they go in the homes, and, don't take chunks out of the walls. They have been able to squeeze things in really tight places without touching anything, and homeowners are very impressed. So, yeah, that's
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, there's when you're gone, it's like there's not a trace of you.
yeah, and that's good. And when we do deliver, it's a quick process. So we did a whole home from empty, and it was 3 bedrooms, a dining room, 2 living rooms, 3 bathrooms in 2 hours. So we have a
Wow.
group of 6 of us. We just go in and out 2 hours. We're all done, picture ready. So
That's
yeah,
amazing.
yeah.
I did hear a little rumor that maybe you have some sailing in your background. What was that all about?
I actually, in my previous life, was which I call it. I started in the travel industry. I went through Humber College for travel, and I was working for several travel companies, and ended up working for 3 yacht charter companies.
Oh,
And
wow.
in that, I've traveled the BVI's. I've sailed the BVI's 5 times, the British Virgin Islands. And they sent me for my certification for sailing in Harbourfront, Toronto Harbourfront, where I was dodging ferries. So that was fun. A little different when you're under sail and not motoring. But no, I love it. And now I'll have a lifetime passion for sailing. So, and I gravitated towards group sales and corporate sales. So I was putting together large groups for travel, and would actually go as far as hosting them in the destination. So I hosted 250 Yamaha Canada employees in Cartagena, Colombia at 23 years
Wow.
old. Yeah, I was 23 and I was down there by myself, and arranging everything. I worked for great companies, so I had great opportunities, and that was memories that I'll have for life, and I love that. So
That's
Yeah, that's
amazing.
impressive.
yeah, it was fun.
That is so cool. And so when you go out for dinner, because we're really trying to get more familiar with KW, what are some of the favorite restaurants you go to?
Okay, so Langdon Hall for sure, for sure, for sure.
Nice.
That's my treat. We do Langdon Hall a couple of times a year, and by all means, that's the first place I recommend anyone for a special night to go. I've never been for high tea yet, though. Have you?
Oh, yes, it's very nice.
Really?
Although
Really?
I do tend to lean to New Dundee Emporium because I have a passion for their store.
Actually, that's amazing. I forgot about that. And they have a clothing
Yeah,
store on the other side, right?
they do. I am victim to it.
Oh, really? That's great. And they're home goods. Like I believe, don't they make pies and put them in the fridge to sell?
They
Like bring
do.
home and
And
Yeah.
great pizzas.
yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah,
yeah.
they've got a whole extensive frozen food section. Danny, the chef, making all that in the back.
I know. They're amazing. And the food's amazing. Yeah. But no, just Langdon
So
Hall. And there's Easy Pour around the corner too. So that's not far.
nice.
That's fun.
Always fun.
Yeah.
And so do you see yourself staying and staging for many more years, or
Oh
are you
my
sort of,
God. Everyone
do I
asks.
dare ask?
Everyone, do you have a 5-10 year plan? Yes, I'm going to eat, breathe, and die staging, I swear. But no, I love it. It's a passion. And there's nothing more satisfying than going into an empty pallet with a nothing in a home and coming out of there with it decorated and ready, staged actually, and ready for sale. And my biggest satisfaction is when I go in to do the consultation, the homeowners are looking at me like, this is daunting. And I warn them I'm detailed, and you must warn me too before I go in.
Yes.
Very detailed. But
Need a
most
little prep.
but there are a lot of people welcome that, and I say just pick and choose what you can do, but we really need you to paint. But if it's like, really bold colors, tone it down, go neutral, etc. But yeah, I lost my train of thought. What was I saying with that one?
I always remember that story when you went for a consultation on one of our clients, and although they did a great job, clean and clear, painting, they still had I like to call man furniture in there. And we had put it up for sale, and they ended up getting list price in a very aggressive market.
Right.
Fortunately, that offer fell apart, and we said, you need to stage. If I can't get you X number of dollars more, I'll pay for the staging, which typically we don't do. And you came, made it look amazing, and we got 50,000 more for the home.
Yeah.
Wow.
So when people, don't believe in staging, they're wrong.
Yeah, it's a high rate of return for sure.
Big time. But no, one thing I love about you two is, and I tell people this, when you're looking for a real estate agent, anyone can offer you, hey, home staging consultation. Anyone can, be there and bring you a cup of coffee. But it's your negotiation skills that I absolutely love, and how you get the price up at in the final hour. And there's everything done beforehand is great, but it's the negotiation skills that are so key with a realtor. And I always talk about you two and say how great and amazing you are at that.
Well, thank you.
Thanks. It's very kind. So are there any other things that you get involved with in KW? Have you gone to many hockey games? I know Hockey for the Homeless is very popular. We'll be talking about that later today.
No, I'm bad.
No, I guess we're a bit more into horseback riding with the kids.
Right. My daughter, we had a beautiful horse through a friend of ours that she used to go and ride at Creekside Riding, and did it for years. And then, and she talks about it even today. When are we going to be able to go back and see Ty? And so I was always out in the ring watching my daughter ride, and that was always nice. But no, I was never involved with hockey or anything. So it was always, with horses and stuff like that with my daughter.
Nice. I know that you know my sister, Kathy Black.
I do.
Same last name as you.
Love
that
her.
also was involved in horseback riding. So I knew that you guys had that connection.
Yeah, we would run into her a lot, and she had a beautiful horse as well. So no, that was always nice seeing her. And we staged her house as well.
Yes.
That's right.
And I do laugh that you had spoken at the beginning about going back to clients' homes. And I know that there's so many that have invited you back to go into their next home and make it look amazing. And sometimes we have trouble even selling their homes once you stage them, because they're like, I don't think we want to leave anymore.
I get that a lot. And I'm like, no, we'll just make your new house even better. So and that's only a $250 consultation fee to give you a blueprint, and some things it's like, sometimes I go into a house and I'll just say, can we just move it this way? And they're like, oh my God, why didn't we do that from the very beginning? It would have been so much easier. And sometimes you need a second set of eyes. Now, stagers are not perfect. When my mom comes to visit, she goes in the guest bedroom nobody goes in there at all, but she'll stay in the guest bedroom. And she took me aside one day and said, come here, you. She goes, look at the dust up on top of your shower curtain. She enjoyed doing that because I'm pretty, OCD and I want everything perfect. So, there's times when we have, we don't judge, trust me. So, and always, people are concerned when we arrange the consultation, should we prep before you come? Please don't. We see past all the boxes and everything else. And a lot of the times I'll have them bring stuff back into the house that they had put into the garage. So, it's something that you shouldn't prepare for. And the earlier you can get us in there, the better, because it can save you a lot of work. And sometimes people decide a light neutral color could be this color. And it could be something that, even though gray is popular, some light grays do not go with the aesthetics of the house. And then I see
Right.
that, and I wish I would have told you to go with pale oak, because that would have been a better
Right.
right. Yeah. Another
Well,
thing,
that's
can I mention?
amazing.
Yeah, the little things
Mhm.
that for home staging that a lot of people can fix for a $4 fix is the little heat vents that are the white plastic and
Right.
all bent and everything else. They sell them at Costco in a 2-pack for the stainless steel with a pattern on it. And just by changing out a heat vent, it could give the room a totally different look. And which brings me, I'm going to give a plug right now. A lot of the homeowners, I actually tell them to go to K&K Liquidation in Wellesley. So it's a hit and miss, trust me, but I find it's mostly hits. You can find those vents brand new in the box for a lot less than you would pay in a retail store. A lot of things that homeowners need to prep, they can find vanity lights, they can find flush mount lights. Where it's $36 at Costco, it's $28 each. So when you're buying in multiples, it saves. So why not?
Yeah,
And they're
it's a
all
good
brand
tip.
new in the box. Yeah, yeah.
And
So
I hear you
yeah,
have a hotline directly to them.
look.
Don't they? Yeah.
I actually frequent them so much. I have become friends with the owners. They're like, oh, there's Wendy. She's in the store again. But I do for my own home, and for there are some items that I have bought, like rugs, for instance, for my inventory that I get through them. So definitely, yeah. I support them 100%, and I tell all my homeowners about it. As well as when I'm in a consultation, I do give them painters' names that they can come and get a free quote. And don't do just one; do 2 or 3. One of my painters does backsplash installation, and she's a handy woman. We'll do the light installations as well. So. And I just say, here, you call them, you contact them, and see who you feel good with and who can give you the best price. Make sure they do a good job, though. Don't just hire anyone to paint the house. I've seen so many splash marks on the ceiling. So yeah, I go from painters to great electricians to plumbers, etc. When I go to the consultation, someone to clean the windows, etc. I'm just handing out cards, and then they at least have someone that I know is reliable. Another one is grout cleaning. A lot of people overlook that,
Right.
right? So definitely,
So true.
yeah. Especially if you
Well, we
live in a
really appreciate you, providing this time for us because we know how busy you are. So
Thank you.
absolutely amazing to be able to chat, to hear more about your business, to know your daughter's getting involved. So thank you so much for joining us today.
Oh, it's been
Greatly
my
appreciate it.
pleasure. Thank you very much.
All right. Have a great day lifting those couches.
I don't.
Thanks,
point.
Wendy.
Nothing